If you're using antibacterial soap to stay healthy, this might shock you. What if I told you the one thing you're using to kill germs may be increasing your risk for breast cancer? Stay with me because today we're talking about triclosan, an ingredient that is hidden in a lot of household products that is known to increase your risk for breast cancer. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Zacobia. I wear many hats, many titles. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a registered nurse. But what brought you to my channel is the fact that I am a breast cancer survivor. So again, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm on a mission to help women like you take back control of your health, starting with what's inside of your home. We're going to be talking about triclosan, what it is, where it hides, and what the science is saying in terms of why it could increase your risk for breast cancer. Okay, let's dive in. So, what is triclosan? Triclosan is an antibacterial and antimicrobial ingredient that was once added to plenty of household ingredients. We're talking about soaps, deodorants, body washes, kitchen ingredients. Mouthwashes, all kinds of household ingredients that you would normally use. It was designed to kill bacteria, but studies have shown that it has been doing more harm than good, especially to women. Okay, so you're probably trying to figure out now, so what's the link to breast cancer? Triclosan is an endocrine disruptor, meaning that it messes with your hormones. It's linked in the same family as the phenols. You heard of phenols and parabens. Well, it is in the same category as phenols. And so they are known to mimic hormones, known to mimic estrogen. And again, it just messes up with the normal balance of your system. And if you haven't figured that out already, a hormone disruption in your system means that it puts your body at an increased risk of developing hormone positive receptive type breast cancers. Triclosan was shown to increase breast cancer related cells in lab rats. And in addition to that, it has been known in human studies to be at an increased rate in your milk production, in your urine, and other bodily fluids as well. This means that it's not just passing through, it's actually building up in our system. Another study showed that women with a much higher level of triclosan in their urine were more likely to develop breast cancer. In fact, they were twice as likely to develop breast cancer than women who had lower numbers of triclosan in their urine samples. Other factors that made you more susceptible to developing the breast cancer with the increased urine levels were weight, increased weight or having a higher BMI. Another factor was just age, and another factor was race. And so it showed that women that were under 60 and women that were Caucasian, as well as overweight and had that higher level of triclosan in their urine, they were all at an increased risk compared to their counterparts for developing breast cancer. Now, this wasn't like an absolute, complete nail in the coffin type, risk. It just showed that, in the amount of women that were studied over that period of time, when you compared those who had the lower levels, the women that had the higher levels did have an increased risk of developing it. Now, it didn't mean that they were definitely going to develop it. That's not what we're saying. But the more exposure to it, the more likely you are putting yourself at risk, making yourself more susceptible to developing breast cancer. So next is, where exactly is triclosan hiding? Where can we find this in our household products? What products specifically can contain this ingredient that puts us at an increased risk for developing cancer? Again, it is your normal household products. So products that are for brushing your teeth, your toothpaste, antibacterial soap, your deodorants. And so a lot of these companies, a lot of these brands have phased out of it because ultimately, like back in 2016, the FDA did ban it from like your antibacterial soap. So that Dow, soap, hand soap and things like that. However, it wasn't technically banned by the FDA from other things. So again, going back to mouthwash, toothpaste, certain lotions, things like that, still were able to let it slip through the cracks. But with the ban and when it did come out, a lot of these companies did phase out of it. And so it's not as prevalent as it was, but it is something that can still kind of trickle through, because again, that ban that was released in 2016, it didn't cover everything. It didn't make it exclusively banned from the US, at least. I don't know about international companies. They may have a different restriction, but for the US, it's not banned on every product. And so, how do you protect yourself? The main thing is you want to check products, especially products that you've had for a very long time. So, like if you were extreme couponers and you stocked up prior to 2016 with a lot of things that you feel like overall it has a good shelf life, then you may want to go ahead and check those labels. Even when you're purchasing new things, you still want to check those labels too. So the main way you can help yourself is by checking the label. You want to check the label, turn it over, look at the back to see if it includes triclosan or another relative to it, which is the triclocarbon. Those family of items or those family of ingredients is what you want to look for. And so anything that contains that, you want to try to avoid it as much as possible. Look for products that specifically say triclosan free. Try to find products that are fragrance free, all natural, simple ingredients. One of the main things that I do now when I'm looking at products and looking at ingredients and things that I'm putting in my body and on my skin, I'm looking for the least amount of ingredients as possible, even down to the laundry detergent that we use. I don't need, 30 different ingredients to clean my clothes. I just need something that has, some basic ingredients. And so that's what you want to look for when you're reading the back of these labels. Again, specifically looking for the triclosan and trying to look at things that are as simple as possible, simple ingredients. In addition, there are apps that you can use to help. Think Dirty is an app. I don't use that one specifically. I have used it and checked it out before, but the one that I use most of the time is Bobby approved. Apps like that, if you can scan your products before you purchase it in the grocery store, a lot of times the apps will tell you exactly, if it's approved or if it's not approved and why. And so just, pay particular attention to that type thing. Look at why it's not approved and, see and make that determination based off of the information you have, whether or not you want to take a chance with that product or not. The main thing is just keeping it as simple as possible. Again, you don't need all of these extras in products and things that you use. Keep it as simple as possible. So if this was eye-opening for you, then you are not alone. We're all in this together. And this is the type of information that we need to be sharing with others. And we need to be advocating for other women and advocating for ourselves. We deserve to know what we're putting in our body. We deserve to know what we're putting on our body. Our skin is such a major organ for our body. And so we have to be diligent in terms of what we're doing and what we're putting on our skin and what we're coming in contact with. We deserve to know. Our mothers, our sisters, all the women in our lives deserve to know, and we deserve better. And so I want to know down in the comments, I want to know right now, go check your cabinet, go look up under your sink and look at your products and tell me in the comments if you have found any products in your house currently that has triclosan in it. All right. If you are tossing something out today, put a heart by it. Again, let me know, like look through these ingredients, check under your kitchen sink, check under your bathroom sink. Let me know what ingredients you found that has this in it. And because, again, you may be surprised. And so take a look and see what you may find. Drop a heart. If you throw something out, that's even better. In the meantime, hit that subscription button, like, comment. Let's continue to put this information out there to protect others, to protect our loved ones. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay in control. Check out my next video. Thanks, guys.